Welcome, everybody, to In Before the Lock, episode 34 with Rob and Davey. Good to have you guys. This is the live show where we talk about mostly mods in pinball, and some other stuff. Davey, how you been?
I've been all right, man. I've been okay.
Good.
Yes, very busy at the workshop, trying to get everything ready after, releasing 4 mods in a week. It's been, I thought I was being super clever.
We did talk about that on the last show. You stayed home. In 1 week, you designed, released, and produced. No, produced not yet. Getting there. Who's talking about production?
Like 4 mods over 4 years, that is.
No, Davey launched 4 mods at TPF. We celebrated that on the last show. He wasn't there, but he was definitely the talk of the floor, amongst other things. Guys, we are live. Chime in with chat, comments, questions. We'll bring them up on the screen and hit you up. Today we're going to cover some mods. I think we've got 6 or 7 mods that we're going to talk about. I've got a couple of new tools in the office. I'm going to show off some of my new stuff with Davey. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the newer games. I think we may have Transformers next week. That's the big rumor. Just starts pumping them out, baby. Can't keep up. And we didn't do this in a pre-show, but I want to hear what your vibes are on the Potter mod scene, because I think it's like percolating, right? It's like it's getting there, which is not surprising.
Yeah, starting to heat up. Yeah,
we've got
a couple of big ones recently.
Definitely, and I got a couple of different things to show off. So yeah, we got one chat.
Jimmy,
my favorite gaggle of nerds.
Thanks, Jimmy.
We need to get Jimmy back on. We need to get Jimmy back on.
Yeah. What are you doing now, Jimmy?
I think Jimmy, Alec was telling me that Jimmy released a long in development product. I think his more interactive side rail lighting. So I got to check that one out. But Alec had put it on. I think he had put his base set on his Medieval Madness recently. So he was telling me about that. But keep up the good work, Jimmy.
Well, maybe we'll get Jimmy on to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. So where to start? So Pokemon, you haven't played it yet, right?
I haven't played it yet, man. So look, I mean, for the last 3 years, because I've been going to TPF and Expo and stuff, I've always felt like really on the cutting edge of trying all the new games, and which is very different to how I usually feel in the UK, because we get our games so late. We're always way behind in trying out all the new games. And so because I missed TPF this year, I'm back in that position now. I've not played Pokemon. There's no Pokemons to play around the UK because they haven't arrived yet. And I'm feeling very behind. But you were telling me
the headlines. Matt, I hear you out there. Don't go away. I want to say what's up. So Pokemon's been fun. I think one, hot take is that I think it's simple layout. Approachable is the key here, but I actually have a lot more fun with it than Star Wars. I was high on Star Wars because after playing the LE and being a huge Star Wars fan, I liked the whole package, but like the fun factor just isn't there for me when I'm just picking it up randomly at a restaurant or a bar or whatever. I've heard that if you own it, the immersion of the audio is really great as a Star Wars fan, but with Pokemon, it's just really fun to shoot. There's a lot of really cool flow with it. I've kind of knocked it on a personal level for some of his junkyard vibes, but I do like that action when I'm just like playing it randomly, maybe not to own it. I'm also, FOMO. I had an LE lined up. Apparently I just gave away like $10,000 like an idiot.
Wouldn't be the first time.
wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, it's a fun game, and the vibes are it's killing it. Like I went to MGC, got to talk to Troy at Tilt and Chris at Kingpin and some other distributors, and it's like flying off the shelf. And LE sold for those guys, so that's great because these guys invest a lot into it, and it sucks whenever LEs aren't moving, but LEs move for Pokemon,
and
so that's
smashing it on site too, isn't it?
Yeah,
taking loads of takings on site for
definitely.
The, people who are routing the game. So that's really good news for them. I'm sure everybody's been waiting for like a mega hit. I mean, Star Wars, same deal though, right? From what I hear.
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean it's I don't think so. No. There's a lot of Star Wars on the market. I know that. I mean, I definitely would say for all of our top.
do you remember? Well, do you remember at Expo?
Yeah.
We were sort of talking about this, and the word was that that people who were arcade owners and people who were routing it were not picking it up because they had the previous one, and so that was one of the common complaints, wasn't it? That distros couldn't move them to those people because they're like, why would I buy this?
I think that's a part of it for sure. Now who we don't hear from are the casuals, right? Like maybe the casuals are hitting Star Wars in droves. I don't really know, but among the pinball community, that was certainly a comment.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw some different behavior with newer games, like between King Kong and Star Wars, as far as like our toppers, with like people, wanting the topper because or not wanting the topper because they've got rid of the game already. Stern did pretty good with their C3PO topper too, though. So that was part of it. But we've had fun with it. People really like it, and the game is cool. I hear when you own it in the home, it's just like as a pick up and play. I don't know. I think it's a little bit lacking.
It's not for me, man.
For people. Yep.
I got really offended by it when I played it.
You started off offended by it from the very beginning, so nothing changed.
I didn't really
if you want to hear Davey's my positive review of the game, Davey's very negative review of the game. But yeah, so Pokemon and Potter are killing it. I mean, Jersey Jacks can't get another game on the line to save their life because they're doing great with it. Matt's asking if we're doing a topper for Potter. I don't think so, honestly. We definitely were pretty far along, even Davey and I, on doing an add-on to the topper. Maybe one day. I
think that the topper upgrade by those two gentlemen on Pinside, who I can't remember the names of right now, they did a fantastic job on that. And if you look at, not only is it really popular and it's installing really well, and they've been really sort of on it in terms of being there for the community to make sure that everything's going smoothly for it. So it's been a real success for them. And if you look at the amount of work involved in putting it together, and making sure it fits properly, it's a pretty big sort of achievement from them, I reckon. Just based on the fact that they've sort of gone ahead and done that, you really wouldn't want to sort of, come along and...
No, definitely not on that front. That wouldn't keep me from doing a whole new topper, which I think is probably where my head would be at now more than anything.
Yeah.
Because I still think, the bones of the topper still are the bones. There's a ton of people that are buying the arcade and the home edition that don't even have that topper, and certainly the free topper they gave away is just okay. It'd be fun to do for sure. What else we got coming? I've been playing Winchester a little bit more. Got to play that. We had full audio. Shout out to Jeff at Dirty Pool. The audio on that game is really, really fun and cool. And then Beetlejuice is fun. They had every show I go to. I've been to 4 shows already this year, and they've got 15 of these things at every show. It's amazing. So shout out to those guys for being on the road. And then Transformers next week. So there's a media day with Stern next week. I've been I've been to many of those. And
one.
I've been officially removed from the invite list.
Why, Rob? Why? Why have you been removed? Did they give you a reason?
So Alec, I saw Alec on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Not Alec, he's not a mother.
It's a motherfucker.
His wife was there. That's what made me think of that. He was like, "Hey, did you get the invite to the media day? Because he's on it too." And I was like, "Nope." And he was like, "Yeah, so my AP vibes must have got me off the list."
It's the stank. It's rubbed off on Alec.
I do. That's what I do. I wouldn't let the enemy in the walls.
No. It's understandable. But but disappointing.
Yeah. Well, mainly because you guys don't get to hear my not very useful reviews of games.
You're overtly positive reviews. Of
yes.
Games
No, I will own that LE.
Well, should we do what for
Star Wars? For Star Wars. It's amazing. Okay. It's gorgeous. It's just not that much fun.
Yeah.
So
buying games for fun. Should we do it? Do you want to do a preemptive? What do you think Transformers will be like review? Like, do you think it's going to be good, or do you think it's going to be bad?
Sure,
because I
sure.
think
That's fun. I didn't know we can do this.
I'm predicting bad.
Why?
Because original Transformers, for starters, I think Transformers as an IP is a weird one.
Okay.
It's I know that particularly the movies have got their fans.
Right.
Like, my mate Paul Jazz Boucher, he quite likes the movies, particularly Transformers 1. He said was a really good film and is probably very much underrated in terms of sort of the storytelling and stuff. But for me, Transformers just represents like over the top, CGI to the point where you feel like you've got a headache when you walk away from a movie. Not very exciting, not very interesting, just more. And I just don't think you can do much with that IP. Like, in terms of a play field, it's going to be overly technical just in appearance, because that's like that's the intellectual property. And then from there, I mean, unless they do something with an actual transforming mech, like an Optimus Prime that like shifts and transforms on the playfield, then that I think would be, an amazing thing that they could potentially do with this. But in terms of how risk taking they've been, like probably UXM was the last game that they took some major risks on in terms of playfield layout and mechs that they probably haven't done before, like breaking ramps and things like that, and a finger that sort of flicked the ball back. I mean, these are all things we probably haven't seen before in a game, and I was really impressed by. I just think that they've played it safe since then, because they're worried that they're going to have another flop like UXM.
Yeah, I mean, from an IP perspective, it'll be interesting, their choice between the movies versus the original show. I don't know that we've heard that they're going like a classic like they did on X-Men route, but I would say for me and for a lot of people, the movies watered down my interest in Transformers in general.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer the original cartoons to any of the movies.
Yeah, but I mean, if they would have put out movies of then the kids wouldn't have watched it, so I mean, I get that side, but that's not what we're talking about here.
No. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because Transformers, like, what's Transformers doing at the moment in terms of the intellectual proproperty? Like,
there was also a turd of a game that they made already, right? So that has an effect on things. Yeah. Yeah, so, and they mailed it in. I mean, that was in a different era of pinball, and I think that they were operating financially with less to work with maybe, but that game is definitely not good. So but I think that's sticking in our heads when we think about this, right? So hopefully it'll be cool. We'll see.
Hopefully. I mean, for me, it needs to have like a big chunky mech that actually represents Transformers, doesn't it? Something that actually transforms on the playfield.
Right.
I mean, that it's Transformers. So without that, and you've got a pinball machine that can do stuff like that.
The bar is high.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of tools to show you off. This is our mod show. Sometimes we cover the business of mods. So, and of course, you guys are in the business of modding your games with your own tools sometimes. So I got two new things I want to show you guys.
Yeah.
One is I got a Eufy Make. Have you seen one of these things yet? This is a UV printer, so it actually prints like direct the same kind of artwork that you have on your plastics in your pinball machine. It does it. This is like a 13 by 19 inch bed. We of course get our artwork printed for our toppers, but we don't do that ourselves. And typically when we're prototyping games, we have to have our main printer do our prototype pieces. So I haven't got to use this for a prototype yet, but this is a game that Rich, one of our local like OG pinball guys, reached out to me, and he was like, "Hey, I've got these plastics that are like totally burnt up. So you'll see this one right here.
Yep.
And this one right here, it's like broken in the middle. I've got a better photo of that. This was the scan he sent me. So this is a bit of an AI conversation too, which I know is a sensitive topic, but I was like, he sent me this, and I've done plastics for him before, and I'll send them off to my main printer, but I'm like, hey, I want to use this new printer I got. He sent me this like horrible PDF scan of this plastic. And normally when I do
at the bottom too.
normally when I do plastics for them, they're just like way less colors and way less intricate. So I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to redraw like all this type of stuff. So I was like, I'm going to give this one shot. I'm going to drop it into AI. And I'm like, my prompt was like, this is a pinball plastic and I want you to like fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
And in one prompt, it kicks me back this, which is like damn near perfect. There's a little bit of weirdness going on here, but I was like, whatever.
It's like a cloud in the shape of someone's butt.
So I converted that to an SVG, and here's a little video of me cutting it somewhere. Let's see, where's that bad boy? Oh yeah. So ultimately, I don't have any video of me printing it on the View printer, but this is like direct to the material print. So it's like a real plastic and sorry, I'm jumping around a lot. Here it is in place. So looks great. So super fun.
Great.
Probably about 3 or 4 hours of work. So not really a business model behind this, but
no, but okay.
fun.
So what's the quality like on it?
It's perfect. I mean, it looks like a real. I was even I didn't do this for him, but I can even add a yellow layer, so I can yellowize the plastic to match the other plastics.
Wow,
which is really cool.
And so you laser cut it first, and then you put
no, you print it first. I'll go back to this video. You print it first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you set the whole sheet on the laser cutter.
Yeah,
and
which is a separate unit.
Those markings on the side, those are my registration marks. So you cut the squares to line it up, and then this pulls it off, and then you'll see at the end I pull it off. Yeah, so he was super happy with it.
Yeah, man, that's great. Well done.
So that was fun.
Good on you for supporting the local pinball community.
Yeah, well, he supports me. I've actually got his Medieval Madness right now for the topper that we'll one day build. So thank you, Rich, for that, for sure. So the other tool I got, so I got this snap maker. Have you heard about one of these things?
No.
So this is a $600 or $700 3D printer, which is pretty cheap for 3D printers. But what's amazing, it has 4 swappable heads. So this thing actually grabs those heads, and everything's preheated. But most importantly, when you're doing a 4-color multi-print, it's not creating all the mess.
Yeah.
So normally when you do a 4-color print, it's changing the color constantly because each layer, if it's multiple colors,
and having to spit out all of the spaghetti in between, so you get a lot of wastage, don't you?
So the mechanical nature of this is really cool because it's literally picking up the head, and it's preheated, and just the amount of math and science that goes into this is super impressive, and it's like a $700 or $800 device, and it's working really great. So I know bamboo is like the de facto tool, but if you're wanting to do 4-color prints, we're actually about to start doing lots of 4-color prints potentially, and all the poop they call it, all the stuff, it can jam it up. So if you're printing them over and over and over again, this can be really.
There's nowhere for it to nowhere for it to push.
Yeah. So that's
very cool, man.
Yeah, it's called the Snap Maker. It's cool.
I can't help but feel like in 5 years' time, these little niggles that we currently have with 3D printers will just have found some kind of technical or mechanical solution to them, and we just won't be dealing with them anymore. I've been struggling with a resin printer at my house for a while now, changing the film at the bottom, and changing all of the layer properties and stuff, and still getting binding issues with the build plate. And you're constantly cleaning the vat with full PPE on and gloves and everything, and getting everything back to square again, and then trying another print, and then finding that it's still binding in your tank, and you're having to pull it out and clean it again. And it's just so difficult to work with these printers sometimes, particularly resin printers. They can just be an absolute nightmare. You can buy sort of higher end resin printers that are a lot more self-contained, and sort of don't tend to have these issues and don't have to fill up a vat and things like that. But there's lots of sort of companies that are sort of popping up out of nowhere and that don't have a name yet. And so that are popping up on Kickstarter or whatever, that have brand new technologies for full color, essentially resin prints that print much like a jet printer, and nobody's really willing to back them yet because these are brand new companies that nobody's heard of. But you can bet your life in about 5 years' time, when some of these guys have a successful product, then everyone will be going in that direction. So it is a really exciting time.
Yeah, I mean that Eufy make is made by Anker. Like I got the invoice for it, and it was like Anker, which Anker makes like all the power chargers you get for your phone. Like there's a lot of consolidation happening too, where these guys are making super high-end stuff, and it's cool to see Anker getting into UV printing, and who knows, they may do 3D printers as well.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
You got a train going by back there? What's going on?
It's the top of the Evil Dead.
Why do you have such a crazy device in your place? Like, what is going on there?
We had a pinball event the other day. Do you remember I was telling you about?
Yeah, how'd that go?
Show? It was good, man.
Yeah,
but it was like it's like all of these things. It was a hell of a lot of work.
Yeah.
I was absolutely shagged by the
And if you get one game goes down, it's like a personal offense to yourself. It's like, what did I do?
It wasn't even one. It was like Jaws went down, King Kong went down, like the
and it's like they don't go down normally. They only go down on the stairs. Jimmy was
asking, comes up to you and is like the drop targets don't work, and you're like, I'm literally at max at the moment. I can't help you.
Jimmy was asking about this bowling thing. So this is kind of cool. So we have a local arcade at a bowling alley, and they have a ton of games there. But they had their roof collapse, and they actually ended up doing a GoFundMe campaign to kind of like get it going again. John, who works for us, is a good buddy of theirs, and he was like, "Hey, would you be up for creating like a custom version of your Big Lebowski wall art for the bowling alley's relaunch?" So basically, we're replacing. This is an idea we've had for a while, but we're going to be replacing the Folgers can and whatnot with some custom icons for their bowling alley. So what I had shown earlier was, and this is allowing us to do these more custom projects. Like typically, like sending this stuff to the printer is like it's just expensive and not worth our time. So these are going to be the 5 icons that are on that. So there's the WUSBC, which is the conference. Yeah. This is SLAP, our local pinball league. This is a kind of a version of their grand opening invitation from 1965. And then that's a ring for a bowling championship. And this is another, I think maybe the local logo. So it's going to be, now that you've kind of seen that, it's going to be a custom version of our sign. And it's just like a one-off thing, but super fun to put that together for them.
I'll just quickly jump in on this one too. So
Davey, when's your shit gonna ship?
yeah. That's basically, oh God. Yeah. So this is kind of like the kind of email that I receive every morning, and I love you for asking. Thank you.
It's like someone we were trying to get our YouTube back for AP. That's an announcement. Like our YouTube is like off in the ether.
Oh, okay.
And the only way to even contact YouTube is through Twitter. And it's like you got to go through the work. You got to go through the ranks. So like we got Bo James, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. I probably have to ship him something too. He buys a ton of stuff from us.
Yeah. So
anyway,
okay. So how's it going? It's going really well. So, I was saying to sort of Rob before the show, like I was so like, I'm going to release 4 products in 1 week, and I'm just going to totally carpet bomb the entire scene, and everybody's going to be like, "Whoa, Davey, you're like the Mod King," and I'll like bask in all the glory. And
That's
stuff.
why you did it, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, I did it for the glory. And it was great, man. Like it was really tiring. Obviously, it was great. But then I sort of, after it all sort of, finished, and we got all the sign-ups, and there was like a lot of interest and stuff. I like then had to like deal with the reality of how I was going to manage to support, the finalization of those 4 mods too. Because usually when you release a mod, there's always like a chunk of work more that you need to do on it. It's ready to film. You can get enough good workings of it so that you can film it and make a good promo piece out of it. But that there's a couple of things you need to do. There's a few more triggers you need to do. You need to work out powering options. You need to still buy parts, make sure everything fits, that kind of crap. So anyway, when there's 4 mods that you need to do that for, it's that times 4, and then you get 4 times the questions. You need to order 4 times the parts. So we've been doing that, and very quickly running out of workshop space for all those parts. So I was saying to Rob before the show, like the Balrog foam that we've had to buy to fit Balrog, because he's this really weird shape. The foam's about yay big square, and 12 of those fit in a box that's like this big, and we've got 150 Balrogs to send out. So just storing the foam for Balrog is an absolute nightmare. So we're like, oh, so okay, we've got all the postal tubes for glow rails. Like, where are we? We got 300 of these postal tubes. Where are we going to fit them in our workshop in the center of London? And we're like, well, we've got underneath the pinball machines. So yeah, so
there's a lot of stuff.
Like literally in about a week's time, every pinball machine will have just full of postal tubes underneath it. And anyway, getting back to your question about when Card Blast is going to ship. So this next month, we're pretty much primarily focusing on glow rails, which is kind of like the biggest out of the mods that we did, and we've got like distributor orders for them with Coin Taker and stuff, so we need to get Coin Taker orders ready for that. There's coordination between me and Frank and France for that. So what we're planning on doing is just getting all of the workshop people working completely on that and just trying to smash out as much as we can. We've never really done that before. We've always had like individuals working on different projects, but this time we're just going to get everybody on that one project trying to smash it out as quickly as possible. So once that's done, then all the parts for the other mods will be ready. So Balrog, Card Blaster, Chad the Spider for King Kong as well, plus the Waterfall, and all of those are sort of going to be happening at the same time, probably as soon as Glow Rails is finished. But yeah, we've hired some more staff to try and support us through this process, and it's a really exciting time, but it's also like, Rob and I were talking about it before the show, just it's a really weird business size to have when you're sort of trying to push over and trying to scale so that you can sort of do more, because you've got more in you. I've designing all these mods, I've got tons more ideas, I want to do more, but pulling the business up to support all that is it gets trickier the bigger you get, but yeah, it's a nice challenge to have. And Rob, should we talk about your recent challenges with moving to? Can we talk about your AP move? We're going to talk about that at all, or do you want to?
Which part of my recent challenges? There are many.
Well, just running a company as well as
no, it's going well. I was telling you, he's like, how's it going? Because if you guys don't know, I'm working as product director for American Pinball now, in addition to running and owning the Electric Playground. So we've been promoting people quite a bit, and that's been going really well. Definitely want to give a huge shout out to Dustin, who's been taking on a lot. Handing out the most simple things is tough, because like all these processes are my own personal versions of things. So making them work to where I can still kind of take support tickets that I really should be taking versus he can take other ones, like that's a whole thing. Parts ordering, of course, you don't build something like this that's this specific without kind of doing it all yourself. So there's a lot of handoff been happening. And then also just getting to know, American Pinball and dealing with a lot of the same challenges over there, because it's like a lot of new people taking on processes that aren't really getting handed off. They're just like there to figure out. It's like on a whole nother scale. And then been doing a lot of shows, which has been fun, but things are starting to cool off a little bit on that front. So
good, man.
Feeling good about it. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be at not TPF Expo this year.
Yeah.
And we were thinking of doing something fun together at Expo.
I think so. Yeah. I've got some ideas. We need to make that happen for sure.
Yeah. I just need to work out how to get stock over there to you so that you can take it in your truck and set it all up for me.
Yeah.
Ready for my arrival.
I want to give. I asked Alec to send me some video of his medieval. I want to celebrate the project that Alec is like prolific mod guy, and he finally got a Medieval Madness, which is I know been on his bucket list for quite a long time. He got a Merlin's. We actually picked that up at TPF, and it was not new in box, but it was basically brand new. And he started. I think I'm making up some of the story here, but the interesting thing that he did is he wanted to paint the coin door and the speaker panel. Because he usually does that on his machine, but he didn't quite like the fact that the blue was a certain color and had sparkles. So he ended up like repainting everything, which I think is just fantastic, because it's like he wanted this machine to be exactly a certain way. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it looks a little different blue than actually is here. But it is very similar, and he can certainly
almost indistinguishable.
Almost indistinguishable. I'll let you guys know when I see it in person. And I would give him credit for like wanting to make this machine the perfect version of itself for him to keep forever, but he's already trying to trade it for a Dune. So I guess it's not that important. So that's my other reason I want to bring it up, is if anybody out there wants an amazing, fully painted medieval
and doesn't want a Dune
with other niceties and doesn't want to do. This is my my pitch. No financial incentives here. Just trying to help a guy out.
Yeah. And he's still got his Lord of the Rings as well.
He's got his Lord of the Rings. That's like, that thing's epic. He ended up taking it. He had his Godzilla up because he was trying to get a Dune. He had a deal in place for a Dune for his medieval, and the guy ended up wanting to deal with somebody local. So he took down his Godzilla, and now he's kind of debating what to do with it. But yeah, selling a fully packed Godzilla is a pretty controversial thing, because like the amount of dollars you've invested in it versus what they're worth these days is, not on the same page for everybody.
Whose fault is that? No. Certainly not mine.
You had nothing to do with that.
Had nothing to do with that.
All right, I got all my topics. You want to do some mods? Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Okay,
let's do some.
I liked it. I cut you off with that. That was
mod world, isn't it? Bro?
So what do we got, man? Where are we starting? I've only got, I think I may have one, but you're always the mod guy, so give it to us.
Yeah. So do you know what I'm going to start off with?
No, I don't.
Okay. Where am I? Let me just get my...
Oh, you're shared.
Oh, so...
Be careful where you click.
Yeah, hang on a sec.
All right, I'll take you off. I'll let you get sorted.
Okay.
Oh, that train's going by again.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm good now. You can pull me on again.
All right.
Okay, so...
Oh, yeah, this is a cool one.
Yeah. So this is... We talked a little bit earlier in the show about Harry Potter and how the mod scene for Harry Potter is starting to heat up. So this is probably the most significant mod that's come out for Harry Potter so far, I would say. There's been a couple of bits and pieces. Pino's been quite hot on Harry Potter. He's upping his game across the board too. Yeah,
right?
he is. Yeah, he is for sure. Yeah. If you remember a little while ago, probably the first, it wasn't his first mod, but one of the first mods that he released that he had some success with was the hanging shark mod for Jaws. And it was pretty simplistic, it was kind of like just a...
We actually had a bunch of stuff for Bond before that that was like a lot of knick-knacky type stuff. I mean, done, but like he's definitely just like really getting into it, so that's exciting.
Yeah, for sure it is. Yeah, we talk a little bit over WhatsApp and stuff, and he's using the lolly board now to do a lot of sort of LED interaction and motor stuff. He started doing that on his Jurassic Park Augusta helicopter mod, and he's now doing it for some other stuff, and we'll have a look at another one that he's done for Harry Potter recently where he's using that lolly board as well. But this is one by the one and the only Jazz Boucher from Mojo Mods. And it is a replacement for the Death Eater in Harry Potter.
So wait, this isn't even Pinot Mods?
What's that, matey?
This isn't Pinot?
No, this isn't Pinot. This is Jazz Boucher.
But you do have one you're showing of his, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
we'll
cool.
see that one in just a bit. Yeah, this is Jazz Boucher. So you can see his arm's not sort of flicking all the way out there in that example. That's been corrected on the later versions. I can show another video of that happening. But it's a beautiful sculpt. I think you can see the difference between this one and the original, that's the original one in Harry Potter there. So a lot more detail. He's a lot more menacing looking. And yeah, he just looks great in the game. And I think you can see Paul. Let's see if we can do it through media. It's probably the easiest way to do it. I don't know whether this is going to have movies as well. No, it won't. Yeah, but he sort of corrected that arm movement, and he's got a lot of attention for this so far. I think, look, we got almost 200 sign-ups in about a week, so I think everyone's pretty hot on the Harry Potter mod front, and probably been waiting for something significant to come as well. Like, I know that Lior is working on a few bits and pieces, but he's yet to release anything. He usually comes pretty late to the game, so I think you could expect some stuff from him in the next couple of months. But yeah, it's good to see a lot of love for the mods in Harry Potter.
And is it going to come out whenever you're obviously interacting with the target in the shot?
Yeah. So it's with the Opto inside. So yeah, this is running a lollyboard as well, and I've not actually sort of done any modding for JJP games. I mean, I did the Elton John sign, but that was using a totally different triggering mechanism, so I haven't actually developed a sensor for JJP games. I just assumed that sort of my normal sensor would work, and of course it didn't, so we had to like go back to an old sensor that I was using for WPC games, and that worked because, interestingly, JJP is still using Switch Matrix. I think they're literally the only pinball company creating new games. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not checked like Barrels of Fun, but I think Spooky using direct switches. But
Jimmy is as happy with dealing with their tech as you, apparently.
Oh, really? He's not enjoying it either?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm reading into that comment, but he can certainly expand on it if he wishes.
Yes, please do, Jimmy. Yeah, so they're using a Switch Matrix, which for anybody who doesn't is not aware, it's like a pretty old technology. And the reason why a Switch Matrix was invented in the first place was trying to minimize the amount of wire that you needed to have in a pinball machine. Now, those kind of technical limitations have been essentially corrected in modern pinball machines through various means, but for some reason JJP still love the Switch Matrix. So
I don't know if I realized that. I mean, that is actually a pretty archaic way, because it's basically every switch is on the same line, and it's counting along the thing to figure out which one it is, right?
Yeah. It's sorry for getting super nerdy, but yeah, it's basically like a big table, and what happens is each column will be strobed by the CPU, and if a switch is open, then it gets received on the row lines, and that's the way it can work out.
It's like Battleship, basically.
Yeah. It's just like Battleship. It's exactly.
It's
if you know Battleship, then you'll know the switch.
I mean, it kind of is like that, right?
Yeah, man. It's exactly.
That's fascinating. That is fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was like, because I just assumed that they'd be on direct switches because everything else is. And then when I put my sensor like where I thought it should be and stuff, and I'm like, it's not working. So then I jump in the documentation, as you want to do in those situations, and I was like, oh no. So that like massively complicates things. I was just like digging through my old sensor basket, of like sensors gone by that I'm no longer using, and eventually found a combination that worked, and now we're running on that.
Nice. Yeah, I've been researching like service menus for one of the projects I'm working on. Wink, wink.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, I did like a ton of research on all the service menus of the companies, and it's like JJP's is like, it's kind of the most archaic in some ways to navigate. I mean, it's good in some ways, but it's interesting to look at like Turner's service menu. It's got like a very iPhone kind of feel to it. Spooky's is pretty rough. I really like Barrels. They do a really good job. So it's interesting to see kind of how these companies are adopting technology. I had no idea that JJP was still on the Switch Matrix. That's fascinating. We need some service menu. I got lots of it, baby. Lots of it.
We'll have a whole show just on service menus, shall we?
I mean, Jimmy always gets involved with the deep topics. I think we need to bring him on.
Love you, Jim. Yeah. You're only making the show better, man, and we love you for that.
Okay,
yeah, so that's,
moving on.
That is the Death Eater. So, yay, Death Eater. Go and put yourself down on the list if you're keen on that. Now, We were talking about Pinot earlier. So Pinot is from Francais. His name's Lionel, and he does loads of mods. Sometimes, generally small stuff. You sort of describe them as knick-knacky. That's probably
well, they were for Bond. They were for
yeah.
Bond.
Well,
the other thing is he kind of like hits the threads too hard on them too. So it's like, yes, I know that exists.
Yeah,
I got
it.
it.
It's a fine line, isn't it, between self-promotion and
it's like telling somebody they have bad breath. It's like it's fixable. You just got to tell them.
Yeah, you just got to tell them. Just the trick is just letting them down, just pulling them to one side and quietly telling them, not in front of everybody else. Yeah. Okay, so this is the Ultimate Quiddy jacket. Why is it called Jackie? Do you know? Any idea?
No.
I have no idea either.
It's funny because my initial reaction was like, "Oh my god, that sculpt you did is horrible," and I'm like, "Oh, never mind, that's not his."
That's
sculpt.
the original one. You mean this one? This one here? Yeah. That's the original one of the game.
That was my initial reaction. That shows you how attention deficit we are. It's like, oh,
don't like it. I'm gone.
No.
So he's running. So those rings are being run from a lolly board. He's got the original sculpt in the middle running on a motor, and then he's got triggers on each of these loop shots, so that they get triggered when you make those loop shots. So yeah, it's cool, man. I think he's done a good job on this.
I hope our boys that did the King Kong weren't working on this one. This seems like something that they would do.
The boys are working on King Kong.
The King Kong with the airplane that spun.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Stella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything for Potter yet, have they?
No. Okay. They're all wrapped up in Pokemon, and we'll see there later. I think that they're incredibly busy at the moment. I've been producing a couple of LED strips for them for some of their Star Wars mods. They've been doing a TIE Fighter and a Millennium Falcon. And they've also been doing a Jabba refit mod for Star Wars as well, and they've got one for Pokemon coming up, which we'll see next. But yeah, they're not working on Harry Potter yet. Okay. What I'd like to see Pinot do, and I know somebody's brought it up on the thread, is he should be putting like a resin diffuser over these LEDs. I reckon that would just take it to the next level.
Will you hit that video? Just because it looks really cool. I agree. I didn't think about it when I saw it. I guess maybe I was giving it a little credit because you'd be looking from the side rather from top.
Yeah. I mean, I like the effect anyway. I don't think it's sort of, it's just as an LED guy, I always see that and I think, oh, you got to cover it up.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be hard.
No, it wouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
It's like, do you remember when Spooky released Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And there were those visible LEDs wrapping up a playfield, and it was like, oh man, it's just such a simple thing to cover, and it looks so ugly when you don't. It's like a job half done, and that's the way that looks to me now. Actually, for this, I don't think it detracts from the overall look because it kind of makes it look sort of almost like a ring, with diamonds or something on the side of it, but. I just think it would look better with a little bit of diffusion, and then bring it back more to sort of like what the actual rings look like. Because that was always the problem with these rings is that when you light them up, they're not representative of the rings in Harry Potter. So that's always a problem.
It might look worse, honestly.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure. It's either going to look better or it's going to look worse. Like
maybe. Maybe not. Yeah. No, this is cool. Good. So yeah. So are both of those part of the same package, or are these kind of like two separate things?
Well, they're both. That's the same. And then I think he's also doing this sculpt for it as well.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
so
like
this is what's.
No? Oh wait, he did it. Oh, I love it.
That's pretty suggestive when you think about it, isn't it? Like that bitch.
That's a big arm, man. That guy is like.
It's like, is he holding a hot dog? What is that thing? Yeah.
Okay, fine. It looks on point with that. Is that a kind of a famous scene? Probably.
You can get them in various. Well, I think it's actually from the plastic, bro. That's
I see.
Yeah, so he's just recreated that from the plastic. Yeah.
I think it's his eyes look too buggy. I mean, if I'm going to be real specific, that's my issue with it.
Sure, yeah. It is massively hard to do eyes.
Yeah,
You know, at that scale. So I feel for you, Lionel, because eyes are hard. All right, next one. You were just talking about Stella. Our lovely friends Richie and Alex from Stella Pinball. Great guys, very talented. Fairly new on the scene. They've only been making mods for about 2 years, but have already caused a massive splash. They're very good at very mechanically brilliant technical pieces. Not so much on the sort of the sculpting figurative stuff. They might sort of delve into those areas in the future, but when it comes to mechanical technical stuff
and with high quality parts too, right? Like
100%.
Like where are they sourcing these things? They're not going to tell us, that's for sure.
Well, they better, because I've been telling them lots of stuff. So,
yeah.
So this is their Pokemon mod that they've just released recently, and it's a Pokeball refit mod, which makes it open up and light up with LEDs. The shaking, I think, is original. The shaking is original, isn't it? In the original.
Wait,
game?
so is this for the Pro, or is this?
I think it's just for. I'm not sure actually.
Does the one in the main game open?
No, definitely doesn't open, because you
Wow.
see that like this is their mech in here, and that's all them. So that's a servo. I think the servo's in the roof.
So it just comes apart from the factory because it was 2 pieces, and they're like,
I think so. Which is
wait
pretty.
a minute.
Yeah, see, there's a servo. Are you checking?
Because this was a major upgrade in the game, and all it did was it just shook. It didn't even open.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But interestingly, it can open, which is crazy. Because look, those must be the original screw holes that keep it together, right? So maybe it was one of those things that were like it was always meant to open. It was always meant to open, and they've just added that functionality back in potentially. I don't know. But
all right, let's see. Let's see here. This is the LE video.
Yeah.
See what you get for $20,000. Does it? Okay,
So it
shakes.
does shake. It does
oh,
shake.
and that
Okay,
the
so
ramp lifts up, but the ball doesn't open up.
that ball doesn't open up.
But they're letting you use the original ball, which is cool,
original ball
and it opens up. Wow,
makes it open up with this servo. So you can see like, okay, so you got your servo here. That's one of those mini.
So
SG90s.
you have to buy this mod.
Have to. Yeah, this is a have to buy mod, I would say. So
I mean, if you care,
yeah,
about like having it to be cool. I mean, this is cool. This is cool.
Yeah. And so you can see like the servo horn attached to like a slidey section here. I mean, very mechanically brilliant designs. So I think Richie does most of the design work, the mechanical design work, from what I'm led to believe. But both very talented guys, father-son team.
Is Richie the father or the son?
Richie's the father, Alex is the son.
Okay.
And they've asked me to do so I've been doing a lot of LED stuff for them recently, and they want to get me to do the LEDs in the upper part here, which I'll do for them as well. I don't know whether they're putting them in the bottom as well, maybe not. But I was sort of recommending. I think they had tons and tons of LEDs in there, and I honestly don't think you need them. But I do think you need sort of some diffusion element there too. So I would recess the LED.
Can you go back to the
PCB.
original video?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm
So you can see
understanding, I'm not seeing Stern's.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Yeah, it looks really well done. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And then the LED panel would be in the top section, I think.
It just adds so much personality to the game.
Oh
too.
yeah, 100%.
That's my favorite.
And it's a
part about
Pokeball. It's got to open up, right?
Right,
Especially when
right.
it's like you've captured a Pokemon, you know. So yeah, very very cool. They've got a massive list for it. 114. Loads of people love it. Yeah.
Cool.
I think this is the biggest mod for Pokemon so far. So yeah, if you're interested, jump on the list. Let's go. Let's quickly skip one. We'll go back to the animatronic I know. That's what one we need. Animatronic moving Pikachu. So our good friend Raiden Mods, who we love, who we slightly slagged off the Whirlpool mod for recently, but
That was you though.
That
was you though. I think, right? You did.
Was
that.
it me? No, you.
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
It was
For the
you.
I
I was saying it was amazing.
Well, he did actually say that they were evolving it. So like, I wasn't the only one
Yeah.
that said that.
No. We said the things that everybody.
I didn't
wanted to say.
influence everyone to say that, did I?
You couldn't have, because we can only influence a maximum of 3 people per show anyway.
17 right now. Thank you very
No,
much, sir.
17. That's a record.
What's up, guys? We're feeling high on life right now.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Raiden Mods.
That Pokemon mod is for the premium and the LE only, apparently, which I guess
It is.
kind of makes sense. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah. So who was that? Who was that? Coming. Thank you. Coming to you, mods.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the Raiden Mods animatronic Pikachu tail mod. Now the interesting thing about this mod is that it's called animatronic. Now Raiden.
Those rocks look nice. If I can, can I have positive first reactions? Or was that already there?
No. The rocks are him as well. Yeah.
Yes.
And he's color matched them to the game. And Raiden in his day gig builds animatronic. He's an animatronic.
Dude, have you ever looked at his
creature created for films
Instagram?
and TV. I have.
Oh
mate,
my god!
I know.
Wow.
He's an impressive dude.
You and I are a
very
joke
impressive dude.
compared
So-
to his work.
I mean, that's probably a little far, but he's certainly
Trying to make up.
above
Trying to make up.
So if anybody's interested in the stuff that he gets up to when he's not making pinball mods, go and check out Luna's Puppets on Instagram. Very, very cool stuff. He does a lot of work with like mascots for like sporting teams and stuff.
Yeah, he does
For-
like
for the-
really high end, like turning characters into real world costumes. Yeah.
So very, very cool stuff. So anyway, what he's done for Pikachu is he's added a little flicky tail thing. So in the premium and LE versions, Pikachu does move, but his tail doesn't move. So what Raiden's done is he's sort of added this tail section so that when Pikachu moves his head, then his tail flicks around as well, which is very cute. I'm sure you'll agree.
I mean, these two mods honestly like make me want the game more for sure.
100%.
They just make it so much more fun.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
look, it's
And the
it's
shots are like
Pokemon,
buttery
isn't it? So-
smooth. I mean, I think you got to work out some kinks, but when it's working, but if you get a little more movement now, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, look, I think that, Pokemon is a fun, cutesy title, so all of these things that sort of make it even more cutesy, I'm right behind. And I love, a frivolous little moving pinball thing. I think it's great. So I'm loving these ones. All right, now you ready for some controversy? Should we have a bit of controversy?
Sure.
Okay. This is Espo Pinball, Espo's Elite Mods. Now, Espo is a prolific modder in terms of he loves modding his machines. He's always been a punter up to this point. And he's
Wait. Oh, what?
Yeah, he's always been a punter up to
What's
this
that
point.
mean?
Like a customer. Is that an English thing? Punter?
Never heard that before.
Must be an English thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he's always
been on the customer
side,
side.
not on the- yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He's not a modder. So this is his first foray into modding. And what it is Coindor.
Lots of AI.
Yes, lots of
far
AI.
already.
Yeah. Coindor inserts that have a little well, how would you describe them?
Like a diorama.
Scene. Diorama, that's the word I was looking for.
I'm loving it so far. Okay.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
the controversy? I mean, that's cool, right?
Well, I mean, it's not for me, but
Well,
people seem to like them. And
People do some really not. I don't know. There's the taste with people's coin doors is all over the map, right?
Yeah, that is.
So
that is
this is fair game as far as I'm concerned. We lost
Yeah.
your video, by the way.
Oh, okay. I don't know
All right.
why.
but your audio is good, so don't worry about it.
It's probably my camera. It's not charged, isn't it?
You're good. You're good.
Okay, hang on a sec. So probably one of the reasons why this has been a little bit controversial is because he used a lot of AI. There we go. Just switch to my less sexy camera. Used a lot of AI, and then he was basically like pumping all of the threads with this stuff, and so people were asking him just
is it his first mod?
It is his first mod.
So maybe he just
format.
didn't know any better.
Yeah. He wasn't being like, an asshole about it or whatever. He was just very excited, and that's very cool. So I wish him all the best. I think these look great. And probably my first reaction was, how is he going to pull off the level of quality that he's portraying in these ads? Because it looks to be very AI generated, right? So I figured he's generated this stuff in AI. He's not going to be able to pull off the same quality because he's a first-time modder. But it looks as though he has done, because people have been receiving these things. People have been showing actual product shots. They look really good quality. So I think he's managing it, man. I think he's doing a really good job.
What I like about it is, if you bought the game because like you want to engage your kids, like a younger kid walking up to the game and like looking into that, because it's like, how like the little fairy gardens all over neighborhoods and stuff. Do you guys do that over there?
No, but I'll just say
in the U.S. it's really popular. Like a tree, like inside the roots, like someone set up a fairy garden, and then people will add to it. So I think that this is channeling that American behavior nicely. Yeah. But it is like heavy AI, which I think is tough.
Yeah. And I get it's a tricky line to walk at the moment, especially in pinball, where that can be utilized to cut corners and to make it not obvious that that's been the case, and where it becomes overly obvious and you get a bad reaction from it, because there is a very negative connotation in pinball to the use of it. So I think you have to be very careful to make it very not obvious if you do use it at all. But it's also a steam train that we can't slow down either, so I've got a lot of chats with friends who are, like my mate just designed. Have you heard of Lovable?
No.
So Lovable is basically a
wait, we got to post this comment, right? I don't think my
yeah, which is true. And it's very, it's diametrically opposing these mods. Some people love it, some people hate it.
And I got to dig into this one. Thanks for the kind words. I was ready to rage. Is this one of the guys? Is that Raiden? I think that's Raiden. Oh, that's Raiden.
Hey, man.
Raiden, what's up, man? What's up?
Dude, we've always been big fans, man.
For sure.
We slightly stuck the boot in just general with the Whirlpool because we were concerned.
Well, no, what it was is we wanted to talk bad enough about you to get you to join the show, and now that you're a paying member of the program, you're all good.
Yeah, no, we're big fans, man, if the truth be told. But no, so Lovable is like a vibe coding app, right? But so it uses prompts to be able to create apps. And my mate, from start to finish, built like a fitness tracking app that he sort of showed me a little walkthrough the other day, and it is like ridiculous in the level of detail, data tracking, functionality, smoothness of AI, animations of graphing, and all these kinds of things, and fully functional. And he said he did it in 4 hours, and I'm just like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a lot of ways, we as connoisseurs of pinball are holding on to something, and I think that's why AI is so controversial, because it's like we're holding on to something that is pure. And AI is bastardizing a lot of things, and certainly pinball shouldn't be one of them. That's like way too
No,
far.
I
So
I
Yeah.
agree. I mean, they're kind of the antithesis of each other, aren't they?
they are. They really are. They really are. Yeah.
So I get the reaction that people have to that, and I think it was Harry Potter, wasn't it? In the whole.
But it's also
playfield
interesting because like the
controversy.
tools we use, like like Adobe tools, like it's like built into the buttons. It's like you hit the button and it's like it's doing AI. So it's like
Yeah.
there's also like levels of how to use it and abuse it. But anyway,
Yep.
also
I
another
think-
topic that Jimmy will have to join us on.
yeah, exactly. So all right, we got one to go.
Okay, let's do it.
We may as well just hit that.
Yeah.
And then that'll be it for us, won't it? So this is PinFX. I mean, I think these look great, and I think, like, I'm pretty sure they're just diffusers, man. They're just diffusers for Spike 3, the new Spike 3 speakers, and they're just. I'm not sure whether they're diffusers or because that doesn't look like Spike 3 effects. That's like the flame effect. So, I mean, here they just look like diffusers, but I thought they looked fantastic. So I just wanted to do a quick shout out to PinFX for what looked to be very cool diffusers for Spike 3 pinball games.
Those look sharp.
You know what I was also impressed with is the Spike 3 logo up here. Is that like the one that Stern uses, or is that
That looks like
designed?
kind of Star Wars-esque almost. It's cool.
I know, really. If Stern haven't started branding their Spike 3 games with that logo, then they need to get
I
on
think that
because
is, now that I
looks
think
great.
about it, it's on like the menu. So, but I haven't
okay.
seen it in that location. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, very cool. Anyway, that's that. New this week also was that I think Stern released their Spike 3 branded Speakerlight kits.
Yep.
So if you did want to get on those, then now is the time.
So what do we got? We got a new game maybe from Stern coming up.
Yeah.
We did a show within a month almost, maybe a month and a week. So we can do another one in a month at least, right?
Yeah.
Wanna do that?
We can. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's aim for 2 weeks, and then.
Well, thank you guys. This has been a fun one. We're turning this show into Davey shows Rob Mods, and he reacts. That's the new short format.
Yeah, we hopefully entice mod makers to come in. And
no, we've had a ton
defend
of mod
themselves.
makers on the show, and everybody keeps upping their game, which is exciting. I honestly, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Pokemon. Feeling more regretful about not getting that LE. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Signing off. Davey, thank you so much. Always fun. We'll see you on 35 soon enough.
Cool. See you guys. Bye.